Fluff Piece Monday. Love a Fluff Piece Monday. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Welcome back, everyone. This is Marlow Studios. There's a sign behind me. You know where you are. I swear a bit. Don't complain. No one cares. I'm filming a fluff piece with a stonking hangover because last night I went out on the slash in Exeter with Jojo Fry and her husband and Mrs. Richards. Yes, I am punching, I know, but only when she fucking steps out of line. This is a guitar that I've had in the workshop for ages. When I first went on this endeavour of bollocks, I bought up quite a few locally on Marketplace thinking I'll do a video on that because people seem to enjoy the comedy. Just in case anyone's new, these aren't serious reviews. We're just having a little look at some guitars, some cheapy little numbers, and we're just wasting our boss's time. 20 minutes of your life. Don't get your knickers in a twist if I get a spec wrong, because I don't care. So, who's heard? Someone commented the other day, why does he keep doing that fake accent? It's not a fake accent, mate. I'm a working class Devonshire man, and this is how we sound round here. Occasionally I'll go a bit Irish if I'm talking in measurements. Try it yourself. You can say millimetre or you can say millimetre. It's just funnier. It's just, I don't know why. So we've got an SX Strat.
What?
And actually, I know fuck all about this guitar. I just bought it because it's a black Strat and a bit yummy. It's got a mint green pickguard, which is a bit too minty green, but it's still yummy. It's got the small headstock. It's got an unobtrusive shape on the headstock. I bought an SX 3/4 guitar for my youngest lad many moons ago. And 3/4 guitars are a ball ache, isn't they? Everyone knows that. So I don't really know much about this thing. I thought we could have a little look at it and then I could do the Gilmore mod because I've never done that on a video and I didn't do it on my actual Gilmore guitar, and a lot of men lost their shit over that, which brings me great pleasure, I've got to say. Let's go through a couple little bits and bobs about this beastie beasterson. I think it's got a real wood fretboard. I love a bit of real wood. Doesn't matter what way you rub it. We've got the shit string trees. I still haven't got any rollers arrived, but I have got some better ones, so we can swap them out. That's no biggie. It's got vintage looking tuners. I don't know, no idea if they're any good. It's made in China. It's got a very glossy neck. I'm not a fan of the glossage. And the neck it feels like a Jazzmaster neck. It has got the chonk. But all in all, what does it sound like unplugged? Don't matter a fuck what it sounds like unplugged. What does it sound like plugged in? That's what you really got to care about. So let's have a little look at some specs. I bought this off a geezer who bought it for his daughter. He didn't know what he was buying. No one knew. Let's see what's in the bag. Let's see if I've been supplied with Allen. This is the bag it came in, which is too small. And it's got nothing in it. So we'll have to supply a bag. I'll supply a bag with this. I don't know how much these are now. I'll put it down below. I haven't done that much homework. You know me by now. But I'm gonna do some measurements. Let's do some measurements. So standard practice is we're gonna whiz through and we're just gonna look at what we've been delightfully presented with out of the box. If you've gone to Marketplace, you've bought yourself an SX Strat. I can't even remember what I paid for it. It wasn't a lot. What did you get out of the box? This thing, I can tell you, has never been played, and I can tell you that because he told me that. There's a few little blemishes on there, but this thing has just not been played. The frets all look brand new, very good condition, not very shiny, but that's all right, it gives me something to do, doesn't it? At the minute, out of the box, this thing, it's got 2mm on the lowy, and 2mm on the high, so it's set up to be a bit of a crowd pleaser, innit? Sounds nice, very slinky, very slinky. What's it got at the nut? I've got a sneaking suspicion that this has got a bonium nut on it. I can't remember, but it looks bone coloured. Well, the nut is cut fine. 0.7 on the E and the A and 0.5 for the rest, which is absolutely perfect. So that's a good sign for me. If I get a guitar on a bench and I measure the nut, if that's cut well, quite often that's an indication that this hasn't been made by monkeys. Let's have a little look now at how straight the neck is out the box. I've not looked at it. This has been in Fritzl's basement for about 3 months. Just been sat looking all sad at the back of a pile. So naturally it's a Strat. We've got a 25mm. I've got the tiniest bit of relief on the neck. So if I straighten that out a little bit, I'll measure the relief. Someone said, can you always measure the relief so we know? I'm always aiming for 0.05mm relief on the neck. So I've got 0.2mm relief. It's a little bit much, so we're gonna tiny adjustment with Allen. You all know the fucking score. About to get a new spanner kit from Mr. Bezos, but we'll test out the Allens. I had to buy it from Mr. Bezos for that little thing for an upcoming PRS. We need to have a short nubbin. It's the first time in my life a short nubbin has actually been a fucking advantage. So we straighten the neck, get it completely straight as we can get it. And that fretboard's pretty good. Not perfect, but it's about as straight as she's gonna get. So I'll have a little check for rockers. Yeah, you could trip over a few of them. They're not great. If you had heavy hands, that's on its limit. We could probably go a little bit lower with that action with a bit of relief and all that sort of guff. Let's see if we can tap them down. I'm going to whip these strings off because I don't know where they were made or what sort of... I don't know how good they are. We're going to be putting new strings, aren't we? The Dario MYXLs. Of course we are, because we've got a fucking amazing sponsor. We've got split head tuning pegs, which is just the wind. I love them. I love them. They're not the prettiest of tuning pegs. Perhaps why it died out a little bit. Locking tuners are a little bit more artistic, aren't they? I like a split tuner head. They just work. Someone reinvented the fucking wheel, didn't they? They're brilliant. Now we have got a cover on the back of this Strat, which we all know is philistinical. I don't know if that's a word. What is it with the Philistines? Why have they got a bad name anyway? Why does that get used? Comment below, tell me about that. Okay, I'm gonna have a little tap through now and I'm just gonna see if I can work these frets and flatten them out a little bit. Now we're taking the strings off. Remember to straighten your neck again. So we're rocking there. We'll put a support under where the rock is. We'll just give them a little tap. Nothing too manic. Don't go crazy. Right, once you've done that, do it again. I'm going to whip through. I'll see you in a sec.
A few moments later.
Right, next thing I've noticed about this guitar is it's got some monumental fret sprout. We've got a super glossy neck and there's a bit of gloss up the side of that fretboard. So I'm not going to go at it with sandpaper. I'm going to use my file. And I'm just going to, just on that edge, you can see a lot of finish coming away with that. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty unavoidable. You've got to file the side of this neck off to get this fret sprout away, and it's going to take a bit of that gloss. To be fair, these frets have got nipped tangs, so they're not like a through cut coming through there. So the frets have been fitted in quite a nice posh way. I'm going to round over these edges and I'm going to fretalize and go up and down the neck. We'll get everything smooth and polished. You've seen me do that a million times. I won't show it in this video. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, we'll come back, we'll weigh it, and then we'll go through the Gilmore mod and we'll have a little look at the pots, because that's the fucking exciting thing, isn't it? Someone sent me this clip a bit earlier on. Have a little look at this before the speedy uppy.
My name's Laura. I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
We're just having bum sex a minute.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to fretalize up through. You know the crack with a fretalizer. You know the crack with this. 1500 up to 8000. Let's get some shiny frets. I had to chase these around a little bit, but they did tap down. They behaved, and that's the most important thing. Get yourself a brass dead blow hammer, people, for the win. I'll see you. We'll reconvene after I've fretalized, and then we'll start looking at some electrics.
5 minutes later.
Right, now we're at the meat and potatoes of the video. We're doing the Gilmore mod, aren't we? I've never done it before. I haven't got a fucking clue really how it works. I just know that I've got to follow a picture on my phone. That's it. I've got a switch that I've robbed out of something else. Can't remember what. So we'll take the pick guard off. We'll have a reveal of the pottage. Lots of people commented in a previous video that CTS actually do mini pots. So what does that say about the aficionados? Are they talking out of their fucking asses? I've done a little bit of sneaky homework about this guitar downstairs. They're very crafty with their advertising because they put American flags on it, bastards. But it advertises American alder or American swamp ash, doubtful, or American basswood, more than likely. Whether it's even American or not, I doubt that very, very highly. But they put an American flag on it because they know that people are going to fall out of bed to buy it. I hope most of you are more cleverer than falling for that bullshittery. That is less authentic than Steven Seagal's fighting skills. The fucking carrot crunching duster offerer. It is a fake rosewood neck, so I've just oiled some Lego. But that's fine. It's not soaking in either. So I don't know what I've just fucking oiled up a car tire. I do not know what that is. It's probably some sort of rich light, imposter, poor light, whatever we call it these days. So it's not real wood. So that's a shame. I was getting a little bit excited. The grain is very, very, it looks like it is the real thing. Right, out comes the pick guard. Hopefully we've got a bit of slack, and we've got pickups that have got magnets in and wire. We've got teeny tiny pots. Of course we've got teeny tiny pots. It's never going to have big pots in here, is it? Let's be honest with ourselves. They haven't bothered glossing up the bit under the pick guard because they're solid. Well done, boys. I've got to look at the picture. I ain't got a clue. Okay, so we know that tone pots have capacitors. There's a bit of deduction for you. Sherlock Holmes of the luthier world. So that's our volume pot at the end. And you can also tell, because at the front it says fucking volume on it, doesn't it? So we're going from the volume pot. Some of you are very clever. Some of you are more clever than me. Some of you are thick as shit. So I'm going to level with you. We're going to go about this the way that I go about it in my bonfire of a brain. So we've got to switch. We've got to go from the outer lug of our volume, the one that is currently going to the switch. That one there. We've got to add an extra little cable there. And then we've got to go from the switch to the neck input. And that's it. That's all we've got to do for that. Where are we going to fix it in? We're going to fix it in where Gilmore fixes it in, isn't we? David. Don't call him Dave, because he'll come around your house and thump the shit out of your missus. We're going to put the switch right there, because that's where Senor Gilmore puts his switch. Let's get it right. He loves his pronouns. I'll get out my measuring stick from Mar Engineering, you sexy bastards, sending me little treats. I love getting treats. 6.12. Fortunately, I have a 6.5 at hand. I'm going to double check that there's nothing untoward under that point. We can pop that on there very gently. So that's fine. Look, we've gone through our minuscule tiny bit of shielding that they put in here. I've never done this. Quite excited. I did just read downstairs that it gives you a quacky option, which wasn't really what was. I thought Gilmore used this mod for his like comfortably numb, so you could have like fatter noises, fat noises, like a 20 stoner eating her lunch. Now I know Mr. Gilmore sinks his in and it's actually mounted to the body, but I've got not a lot of body left there and I can't be fucked with that. So we're just gonna have the switch there. Bit of soldering now. Don't learn your soldering from me, whatever you do. Don't learn painting or soldering from this channel. There are people out there that actually know what they're doing. That should be it. Shall we test her out? Bridge. Ah, so we've got bridge and neck. So something's happening there. Turn that off. Nothing. So there you go, it's brought in bridge and neck.
Magic.
it works. I don't know why, I shouldn't act surprised, should I? Yeah, of course it works. I'm fucking legend. So we've done a little mod. All I've got to do now is string her up. I'll have a, oh, let's swap this, right. I'm gonna have a tidy up. We'll come back. Look how excited I am. What an absolute fanny. I'm gonna get this tidied up and screwed up and get the excess oil off me Lego. The fucking Duplo neck. Didn't want to mark her down. I didn't. Just fucking lovely little thing. I got a really ugly Strat downstairs that someone sent in. You know who you are. It's pinky orangey colour. It's fucking really ugly, but plays nice. I've been having a go. Right, I'll see you in a second. Magic. Okay, so I spared you the endless tuning and sorting it all out and screwing things back in. But we will go through some specs because I know some of you like numbers, don't you? You weirdos. The radius. She's a 12-incher. Porn status. 12-inch radius. I've set the strings. And they are also at a 12-inch radius. Your string radius has to mirror your fretboard radius. You all know this anyway. I've taken the rear cover off. I'll put it in the bag with the screws. Everyone knows that a Strat shouldn't have the rear cover on. Incidentally, I have cranked the springs up. It had 3 springs on it and the trem was trying to fucking leap out of the guitar. So I've yanked that up. So she is now a bomber only, not a wiggler, which I think they should all be. It's way better. So I'll put that in with the screws with a bit of tape and you can put it back on if whatever, you do you. The bridge is probably the weak point of this guitar. It's an unbranded shit box. I don't know what it is. I've monked up the nut as always. I haven't got roller string trees yet. If they do come in time, I'll swap them over. But because we're dive bombing only, it's not so much of a problem. The Gilmore switch works lovely. The action, we need to know what it is. So finished up, 1.6 on the lowy, 1.3 on the high. That's lovely for a Strat. That is lovely. That's low. Make sure we've got no twangers. Yeah, it all works. Lovely. That went a bit simple, didn't it? Right, let's go down and muscle out a demo, shall we? I'll see you in a minute. Do you think it's fair to say, with all that, let's have a serious moment, shall we? I'm only joking. No, let's have a serious moment. Do you think it's fair to say that with all the recent videos, and especially what we've been doing here, once a guitar has a bit of time spent on it, and the basics and a bit of love, there really isn't that much in between them. This is a cheap guitar, I think. It's about 180 quid. It's one of SX's, yeah, it's the VTG series, which is, I don't know what the fuck that stands for. It makes me laugh because it says custom handmade. I mean, is it fuck? But it's one of their better ones. The electric, everything's fine. The frets needed quite a bit of love. At 2mm action, they were kind of all right. If you were heavy-handed at 1.6mm, they weren't very good. We're down to 1.3 on the low E. It could go lower. Definitely, this is a great guitar. For a beginner, it's fucking world-beating. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. I really love it. I would leave that in Fritzels and play it and just pick it up and play it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Once a guitar has some time spent on it, it's just improved immeasurably. The gap between expensive and cheap gets very, very small once you add time into the equation, and that's the only thing that's missing. So once again, this is a bit of a rescue one. It didn't need that much, just some arduous fretwork, which I don't like filming every week because it's fucking boring for you to watch, innit? Why do you want to come and watch that? I'll have to do things to make it more interesting, like fretwork in my pants. But I don't think that thumbnail would get through the algorithm and the filters. Things I don't like about this guitar, bridge is a bit naff, but it's a really cheap Strat, and they all tend to be a little bit naff, don't they? I found a waggle stick, didn't come with the guitar, but I'll supply the waggle stick. We've got the Dario NYXLs on here. I'll put another pack in, as always. I'll put it in a brand new soft case and post it off. So I'm going to put it on eBay for 200 quid. It's had a lot of work done on it. The split peg tuners, you can tell they're not the best, but what they do is tune the guitar. So even though the B tuner is a little bit stiff, it tunes the guitar fine. The stability of tuning's great. I can't mark this down. I know I love them all, and really I should be a little bit more objective, but in my brain, for the money, we've spent a bit of time on this. It's lovely. I've played really expensive guitars that are nowhere near as nice to play because they haven't had a teeny bit of experience on it. So that's it. There's no magic anymore. The cat is out of the bag. The rabbit is out of the hat. Whatever the fucking saying is. People correct me on sayings. So it's good to get a few wrong because they comment and go mad. I'll see you next week. And I've got some absolute disgusting guitars downstairs that need a shit ton of work. One of them looks like I got it from the bottom of the ocean. I don't know where I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to start doing some slightly more interesting mods that you can have a go yourself at. We're getting a bit more involved. Some of the Monday videos might turn into two-parters. You'll have to wait for the conclusion because it's too much to squeeze in. Yeah, I'm going. Special wave. Wave back.